Welcome all students. In today's class, we will discuss chapter number 15, Light. And the learning checklist of this chapter is rectilinear propagation of light, reflection of light, images, spherical mirrors, lenses and dispersion of light. These points will be covered in this chapter. So first of all, in this chapter, the first topic is rectilinear propagation of light. What is the rectilinear propagation of light? We can observe always light propagates in a straight path, only in a single line in a straight path. Okay, so rectilinear means a straight path. So this is showing that light always travels in a straight path. Okay, you can observe while you turn on the torch or a laser light, you can see easily that laser light is going only in a straight path. It can't bend without any mirror or any obstruction. So to prove this phenomena, you can do this small activity. It is very easy activity. Put a candle and 3 cardboards with hole. Okay, if the cardboards are not aligned in a single line, the candle will not be visible. Okay, you are observing here, this is the candle and this is observer, and because holes are not in a single line, it is not aligned in a single line, so candle is not visible because light can't bend, it is going into straight path, and this is the obstacle. In this case, light is going into straight path and the all holes are aligned in a single line in this straight path of the candle light, so candle is visible at this observer because holes are aligned in a single path. Okay, with one more activity you can prove this phenomena. Put a candle here and a straw in the path of candle light. So when the straw is straight, the candle will be visible to this observer, and when you put this straw which is bent and the candle will not be visible at this observer. So we can say light always travels in a rectilinear path. Okay, so this is the phenomena, that is rectilinear propagation of light. Next is reflection of light. What is this? Let's discuss. When light falls on a surface, okay, that surface returns light like a ball. So this phenomena is known as reflection of light. If the surface is polished, the reflection of light will be more. So for doing this, we polish the mirrors. We use mirrors actually for better reflection, and we can see our image in that mirror because of reflection of light only. One important thing to be discussed, a mirror can reflect almost the entire amount of light falling on it. Okay, almost 99% light can reflect with a mirror. With the help of mirror, we can see our images. So resultant is image. So here we should know what is an image and types of images. So an image is an optical representation of an object. Okay, when we see our image, when we see any object inside the mirror, that is not a real object. We know that that is not a real object we are seeing in the mirror. That are the optical representation of object which is available in the front of that mirror. Okay, that's why we can say an image is an optical representation of an object. So there are two types of images, real images and virtual images. What are these? When the light meets after reflection, the image formed is known as real image, and after reflection, if light does not meet, that is known as virtual image. Okay, and one more thing we can say, if the image can be taken on a screen, it is known as real image, and if it can't, it would be known as virtual image. Let us discuss now image formed by a plane mirror. When we put any object in front of mirror, the image formed in that mirror is known as image formed by a plane mirror. Okay, one question can arise in our mind, that what is a plane mirror? Plane mirror is that type of mirror in which no any bend or no any curve is available in the mirror. Okay, no any bend or curve is present in the mirror. That mirror is known as plane mirror. So there are some several characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. First, observe, this is object D. Okay, and this is object D and mirror. You can see this image is not similar to the object. Okay, because it is laterally inverted. Laterally inverted means left part goes to the right side and right part goes to the left side. This term is known as lateral inversion of the image. So let's discuss the characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. First is, the image formed by a plane mirror is always virtual and erect. What does mean? जो भी इमेज फॉर्म होती है प्लेन मिरर से वो हमेशा वर्चुअल होती है एंड इरेक्टेड होती है. इरेक्टेड मीन्स वो सीधी होती है. ओके, वो इन्वर्टेड नहीं होती, इरेक्ट होती है. एंड वर्चुअल मीन्स उस इमेज को हम किसी भी स्क्रीन पे नहीं फॉर्म कर सकते. ओके, उसको किसी स्क्रीन पे हम नहीं बना सकते. एंड आफ्टर द रिफ्लेक्शन लाइट डज नॉट मीट. दिस इज नोन एज वर्चुअल इमेज. नेक्स्ट इज द इमेज अंडरगोज lateral inversion. We discussed here what is lateral inversion. Left side goes to the right and right side goes to the left side in the image. It is known as lateral inversion. We use lateral inversion in ambulances. In front of ambulance is written mirrored. ओके, जो एम्बुलेंस के आगे एम्बुलेंस लिखा हुआ होता है वो उल्टा लिखा हुआ होता है. ऐसा क्यों? बिकॉज हम जब कार में या बाइक पे जा रहे होते हैं तो उसके साइड मिरर्स में एम्बुलेंस का इमेज देखते हैं तो वो क्या होता है, लेटरली इन्वर्टेड होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द मिरर, और वो हमें ऑटोमेटिकली सीधा दिखाई देता है. इस वजह से हम इसको लेटरली इन्वर्टेड लिखते हैं, आगे उसको लेटरली इन्वर्टेड ही प्रिंट करते हैं. सो यही चीज़ होती है लेटरल इन्वर्जन. नेक्स्ट इज द साइज ऑफ द इमेज इज़ फॉर्म्ड बाय प्लेन मिरर इज़ द सेम दैट ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, जिस साइज़ का ऑब्जेक्ट हमने मिरर के सामने प्लेस किया है उसी साइज़ का इमेज मिरर में फॉर्म होगा. सेम साइज का फॉर्म होगा. डी, द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम द मिरर इज इक्वल टू द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द इमेज फ्रॉम द मिरर. दैट इज द इमेज इज इक्वल टू ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस. लेट्स डिस्कस व्हाट इज दिस. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दिस इज द मिरर एंड आवर ऑब्जेक्ट इज प्लेस्ड हियर. दिस इज एन बॉल. द डिस्टेंस इज डिस्टेंस डी with the mirror. Okay, distance d with the mirror. Where the image will be formed? Image will be formed with the equal distance beside the mirror. With this distance d, equal distance, and this is our image formed. Okay, so mirror से हम किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को जितना डिस्टेंस पे प्लेस करेंगे उतनी ही डिस्टेंस पे वो ऑब्जेक्ट का इमेज फॉर्म होता है. डी डैश क्यों? बिकॉज इट इज़ वर्चुअल इमेज, इसलिए इसको हम डी डैश से डिनोट करते हैं. ओके, a comparison table is given here of real and virtual image. The real image is produced by a converging beam of light, but virtual image is produced by a diverging beam of light. Now question is, what is converging and diverging beam? Converging beam is if light comes at a point, single point. Okay, this is known as converging beam. This light is coming towards this point, all the light rays are coming towards this point. This is known as converging beam. And if light spreads like this, light is coming from this source and light is going toward different directions, this is known as diverging beam. Okay, this is diverging beam and this is converging beam. Second is, real image can be formed on a screen and virtual image can't. Real image is always inverted and virtual image is erected. Inverted means ये उल्टी होती है, जैसा कि ऑब्जेक्ट होता है ऑब्जेक्ट से उल्टा बना होता है. जैसे सपोज कोई ह्यूमन है यहाँ पे. ओके, ह्यूमन का हेड एंड ह्यूमन की लेग्स. तो जो इसका इमेज बनेगा इन्वर्टेड वो क्या होगा, लेग्स तो इन्वर्ट होके अपवर्ड्स आ जाएंगे और इसका हेड डाउनवर्ड चला जाएगा. सो दिस इज नॉन एज इन्वर्टेड इमेज. एंड इरेक्टेड, यू नो, इरेक्टेड जैसा ऑब्जेक्ट वैसा के वैसा सीधा, हेड अगर अपवर्ड है तो उसका अपवर्ड ही रहेगा, एंड लेग्स डाउनवर्ड है तो उसकी लेग्स भी डाउनवर्ड ही रहेगी. ये होता है इरेक्टेड एंड दिस इज नॉन एज इन्वर्टेड. नाउ स्फेरिकल मिरर्स. व्हाट आर द स्फेरिकल मिरर्स? इफ वी इंड्यूस any curve or bend in the mirror, it is known as spherical mirror. Okay, so there are two types of mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. If the reflecting part is deep or inside the depth, it is known as concave mirror, or if the reflecting part is outside or upward, it is known as convex mirror. You can see here, this is the diagram of concave mirror and reflecting part is inside. This is the reflecting part. Light is coming to the mirror, and after reflection light concentrates on a point. This is known as convergence of light. Okay, it is known as convergence of light. So concave mirror always converge light after reflection. And this is the diagram of convex mirror. The polished part, the reflecting surface is here outside. So this is the reflection of light, reflecting surface. The light is coming on this surface. Okay, and after reflection light is going spread. Light is going spread, and this is known as divergence of light. And in this case the image formed is virtual image. Okay, in this case image formed is virtual image, and in this case image is formed real. What are the uses of spherical mirrors? So we use concave mirrors of large focal length as shaving mirrors because these mirrors show zoomed image of the object. Concave mirrors are used as reflectors in headlights of vehicles, searchlights, etc. Concave mirrors and convex mirrors are used in the reflection telescopes, and concave mirrors are used in the devices such as solar cookers. Okay, and now what are the uses of convex mirrors? These mirrors are used in the driver as back mirror, backside mirror. Okay, convex mirrors are used as rear mirrors of vehicles, and these are used as field view mirrors in supermarkets. They cover a wider range of vision. Now lenses. What are the lenses? There are two major difference in the lens and mirror. Mirror works on the reflection, lenses works on diffraction of light. There are different types of lenses on the basis of their surfaces. If the surface is bent outside, it is known as convex surface. Okay, and if both the surfaces are convex, it is known as double convex lens. And if one surface is plane and one is bent convexly, it is known as plano-convex. And if the surface is convex and second surface is bends inside, it is known as concave surface, and this type of lens is known as concave or convex lens. Now if both the surfaces are concavely bent, it is known as double concave lens. If one is plane and other is concavely bent, it is known as plano-concave. And if the first surface is concave and second is convex, it is known as convexo-concave lens. So these are the types of lenses according to their surfaces. Here are some important terms you should know. First is center of curvature. What is center of curvature? For example, take this double convex lens. This surface is convexly bent, we know, but we also know that this surface is come from any surface. This is the spherical surface. Okay, so center of this sphere is known as center of curvature. So here is one center of curvature, and for this surface there is another center of curvature. These are the center of curvatures. Okay, So next is principal axis. What is principal axis? The line, the imaginary line passing through both of the center of curvatures. This line is known as principal axis. Okay. And optical center. What is optical center? Optical center is present inside the lens. This is optical center, and the characteristic of this center is when the light passes through this center, it doesn't bend, it goes straight. So this is known as optical center O, and it is available inside the lens. Convex lens. Convex lens is converging in nature. Concave lens. Concave lens is diverging in nature. So this is the converging lens. What is converging? Convergence means after light passing through this lens, it concentrates on a point. This point is known as principal focus, and this process is converging process. The distance between optical center O and principal focal F, it is known as focal length. Okay, principal focus is denoted by capital F, and optical center is denoted by capital O, and the distance between O and F, it is denoted by small f. This is known as principal focus, focal length. Okay, it is denoted by focal length. Next is in diverging lens. This is diverging lens, and it is concave. Okay, double concave lens. So here the light is diverging, so we can't concentrate on a point, but it seems to be concentrated besides this lens. So this is known as principal focus of concave lens, and it is imaginary because in reality light is not concentrating on this point, but it seems to come from this point. It is known as principal focus of concave lens. Okay, and this is the distance, focal length, and it is also imaginary in the concave lens. Now we are going to study the ray diagrams of images formed by convex and concave lenses. First we discuss convex lenses. So here are some symbols used. AB. AB means the object, and A dash B dash is image formed. F is principal focus, O is optical center. Okay, so first of all, understand when the light ray pass through this point O, optical center, it will go straight, it will not bend. Okay, and if the light ray passes through this focal point, principal focus point F, it will bend parallelly with this principal focus after the diffraction, after passing through this lens. Okay, there are two main things, optical center O and principal focus F. So let's discuss first. This is the distance OF, focal length, and this is double of the focal length 2f. When we put object at this position which is beside the 2f, okay, this is farther than 2f, what will happen? Where the image will be formed, this light is passing parallelly through this principal focus, and this is going to the optical center O. This light will be directly passed, and this light goes to the focal point F because it is parallel. The parallel line goes to the focus point F always after the diffraction. Now this is cutting, and this location, this is meted by this point. Okay, this is met by this point, and A dash B dash is the image formed with the help of convex lens. Here is the same example of the same position, and the image formed is at the same location. It is at between F and 2F. When we put object far than 2F, the image formed will be between F and 2F. Okay, but the light rays is going differently. It is same parallelly to the principal axis. Okay, and this light is going through this point F this time, and it is going parallelly after the diffraction. okay, and it is meeting with the same location. It doesn't depend from where the light is passing through, but it depends mainly the position of the object on principal axis. Now the same lens, but this time we are putting the object between f and 2f. Okay, we are putting here. What will happen after reflection, after diffraction? This light is going parallelly with this principal axis. This light is going through the optical center, and after diffraction passing through this lens, it is meeting at this location, and this is the beyond 2f. So this is the difference when we put object here and here. When we put object beyond 2f, the image will be formed between f and 2f. When we put object between f and 2f, the image will be formed beyond 2f. This is the difference, and this is the same diagram, but light rays are going differently. It is going parallelly first to the principal axis, and now it is going to the focus point f, and after diffraction it goes parallelly with the principal axis, and same location it is meeting. We are putting object between f and 2f, and image is formed beyond 2f. So these are the ray diagrams of convex lenses. Some more diagrams are here. When we put object on 2f, here you can see the object AB. It is placed on 2f. The image formed is also on 2f. This is A dash B dash. In this diagram also, object is placed on 2f and image is formed on 2f. You can see here. These all images are real images because light is meeting after passing through the lens. You can see here the light is meeting here at this point, and light is also meeting here at this point, and in these diagrams also lights are meeting. In all the diagrams you can see. Now we will discuss the image formed with concave lenses. In these cases, lights are not meeting. Light rays are not meeting. Light is going here, and after passing through this lens, light is diverging. Here also diverging. So in these cases, the image will be formed virtual images, not real images. When we put object on between 2f and f in this concave lens, the image formed will be here between optical center O and focus point f. Between these points the image will be formed, and this image is virtual image. Why it is virtual? Because this light ray, you can see first it is going parallelly to the principal axis. It is going parallelly, and you know that the light ray which is passing parallelly, it bends towards the focus point f, and the focus point of this concave lens is here. Okay, so if we extend this line backward, it connects to the point f. So this is this line, upward line, and this is lower line. It goes to the optical center O and does not bend after passing. So this extended line and this line, this meets here, but not reality. In reality does not meet, but if we extend then it meet. So it is known as virtual image. In this case also we are putting object between f and 2f, and image is formed between f and O. These both the diagrams are same, but light ray are passing through different points, depends upon the object. Now one special case of convex lens. The special case is when we put object between f and 2f. Okay, when we put object between f and 2f in both of the diagrams, the light rays, this light ray which is parallel to the principal axis goes through the focus point f, and this light which is going towards optical center O, it does not bend. when we extend, because these are diverging, and diverging lights does not meet, so we need to extend beyond. If we extend these lines, these will be meet here at this point, so the image will be formed here, a dash b dash. Because in this diagram we need to extend these lines, the image formed will be virtual images. Whenever we need to extend the lines, the image will be formed virtual images. Okay, the both of the diagrams. This is the special case of convex lens. This table is very important. Study this table and make in your notebook. You can easily understand with this table whether the image is inverted or erected, diminished or magnified और same size. Diminished means जब भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट से उसका डायग्राम बनता है, उसका इमेज बनता है, अगर वो ऑब्जेक्ट से छोटा होता है तो उसको हम कहते हैं डिमिनिश्ड, स्मॉल साइज़ वाला. ओके, और जब भी ऑब्जेक्ट से इमेज बड़ा होता है, ओके, इमेज जो उसका है अगर बड़ा बनता है तो हम उसको कहते हैं मैग्नीफाइड. अगर ऑब्जेक्ट की और इमेज की साइज़ सेम है तो सेम साइज़, एंड अगेन इट इज़ मैग्नीफाइड. Image is formed bigger than the object. So this is the table showing everything. In the case of concave lens, at all the positions, image always form virtual and erected and diminished, smaller than the object. Some uses of convex and concave lenses. Convex lenses are used to magnifying objects like magnifying glass and in microscope. And convex lenses are also used for correcting defects of the eye, and also concave lenses are used depending upon the eye. And concave lens is also used as a peep hole in the doors. And convex and concave lenses are used in binoculars, telescopes and microscopes. So these are the uses of convex and concave lenses. Dispersion of light. What is dispersion of light? When light passes through mediums or objects, after passing, if it splits into the components of its colors, it is known as dispersion of light. For example, in the case of prism, white light is coming, and after dispersion, after diffraction, light goes split into its component colors. These components colored are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These are the component colors from which the white light is made. So this pattern is known as spectrum of light. Okay, and this phenomena is known as dispersion of light. Dispersion, what is dispersion? In dispersion, the white light or any light which is passing through the medium goes split after diffraction. It is known as dispersion of light. Here is the book definition is given. When a beam of light is passed through a prism, it splits into its component colors. This phenomenon is known as dispersion of light. In this diagram you can see this prism is dispersing the light and this prism is doing opposite. Okay, and after the operation of both of the prism, light again, this is white light and this is also white light. Light again comes to its original form. So these are the recombination of colors of light with the help of two prisms. Okay, one prism is dispersing the light and second prism is again combining the light. Have you ever seen a beautiful rainbow in the sky? Do you know why it is formed? In the rainy season, when tiny droplets of water in the sky falls down and the sun is opposite to the observer, the rainbow formed. The tiny droplets work as a prism in the sky and these prism disperse the light into its components color, and all the tiny droplets combinedly work as a large prism and this beautiful rainbow is formed in the sky. Now let's discuss the Newton's disk. We can also make this Newton's disk at home. Take a disk and paint Vibgyor colors on this disk. Okay, so this is Newton's disk. What is special in this disk? When we rotate this disk fastly, it combines all the colors, visible colors, and form a white disc. Okay, when we rotate this disc, Newton's disc, very fast, it looks like a white disc, and after stopping, all the colors are again visible. So this is the Newton's disc, showing when we mix the colors, it forms a white color. All the Vibgyor colors form the white color. Read this chapter carefully, and this is the summary of chapter. It is also important. Okay, so this was the chapter 15, light. Thank you.